Common ancestors. Ancestry can determine common ancestors between you and one of your DNA matches, as long as you both have the same common ancestor in your family trees, your respective family trees. And so it's great features. I mean, these are close relatives as I scroll down. This is my mother's matches. These are close relatives and so known. But as you get further down, the relationships are more distant, and you may not know what these matches are or who they are. But what's really quite interesting is this match here, Jibbo. He shares quite a lot of DNA with my mother, and his tree is private. And until recently, that's all I knew. Now, Ancestry allows me to know that it's told me there's a common ancestor in that private but searchable family tree. So when I select Jibbo, here's how he compares to my mother, and still a private family tree, but it's telling me that the common ancestors are Simon Bush and Nancy Hare. So if I select Simon Bush, Ancestry is showing me a side-by-side comparison. On the left is my mother's family tree, and this is out of our family tree, the one I've created, and it's her family and up to Simon. And in our tree is Walter. He's in my tree. These other two are shown as dotted lines. They're not in my tree, and they are in Jibbo's tree. So I'm offered the ability to evaluate, did Walter Bush have a son named Curtis, and did he have a daughter named Ada, because these are the people in that tree. So I can evaluate Curtis Rowland. And what Ancestry is offering me is records to make that evaluation and other family trees, and which is really great. And I have made this comparison. This is correct. So if I select Next, Ancestry is giving me the option to add Curtis Rowland Bush to my tree. And if I want to, I need to select a record or another family tree to use as the source. And so I'll select this family tree, and now I get the option to add this to my tree. And then they offer me another option. Shall I add Walter Bush and Mary Jane Spencer, or only Walter Bush? I'm going to select Walter Bush and Mary Jane Spencer. I add them to my tree, and they're there. I can view the profile, but I'm not going to quite do that yet because I want to show you I can also add Ada. So I evaluate Ada Lillian Bush. Now it's showing me several records that are going to confirm that she's Curtis Rowland Bush's daughter, and other family trees to confirm. So, and I've checked these out. I can add her to my tree as long as I've chosen a record or a tree to use as the source, and I'll choose the same tree here. And I'm going to add Ada to my tree. And so now I can also add Jibbo to my tree. And I can place him there, and I can link his DNA to that. So now if I hit Jibbo, I can do search for Jibbo. I can't remember if I've got him in there or not. Let me see. I do. I added him before I started this. So there's Jibbo as a living person in my tree. Otherwise I would have had to go to the tree and add him. So I can add him to the tree, and you can see this now becomes a check mark. And I can view him in the tree. I can remove him from the tree. So now I've done this whole additional line in my tree. And sometimes when you're doing this, you can get lucky. Jibbo, well, not Jibbo because he doesn't have a tree, but you can find someone who's got a tree who has pictures of your great-grandparents that you've never seen before, or other information that's helpful for you.